Hello my friends and welcome to episode 51 of our Football Manager 2021 Let's Play. Today we are taking on Manchester United. We've got a huge Old Firm game sandwiched in between these two games. Not the most ideal situation, and I'll go into that in a second. So, we drew against Aberdeen 0-0 after that 1-0 win against Juventus. A bit frustrating. We were the better team, but we just didn't put our chances away. And that, those games happen. But then we played hard, and we done the exact opposite. We probably had only about 5 chances in this game, and we took all 5. Kim Sun Ho with a brace, Diego Almeida with a goal, Fatih Arp with a goal, and Billy Gilmore all on the score sheet. So that leaves the league table with us 4 points clear of Celtic, who we play in between these two Man United games. I'm not going to show that on camera because I'm going to do the two Man United games as one, and then after that we can assess what the league situation is going into the end of the season, because either we win the league here essentially or we lose it. In fact, there's 3 games left, so it would take us to 7 points clear. So yeah, it's actually a decider. Oh my days. Okay, change of plan. Today we are doing the first leg of the Manchester United game and a title decider against Celtic. Change of plan done in game, so you know. The thing that puts me off is the last few Old Firm games have been pretty drab in terms of highlights, but I think we can't ignore that. An Old Firm title decider cannot be ignored. It's sandwiched in between probably our 2 biggest games of the season as well. This is frustrating. But we're going to jump pitch side now to Old Trafford for the first time in this save. I'll catch you pitch side in just a second. So what's very clear to me is that we can't play the same 11 players over the next 3 games, and believe me, I want to. So I don't know where we rest players. I really do not. We've gone full strength for this game. We had rested players coming into it, so it makes sense to. I didn't realise that Celtic game was going to be a title decider, as you've probably worked out. We also do have a couple of injuries, so like the likes of Batista Mayer is not an option, because he's currently still recovering from a knock that was sort of a setback from his previous injury. So the team that we've gone with is Danielik, Doig, Almeida, King, Bradaric is the back 5, including the goalkeeper, Nico and McCrory in the midfield roles, Richie Holster, Mayer and Adal in the front sort of 3 roles, and Tony Weston leading the line over Fatih Arp. And this is me just looking back at the Liverpool game where Weston found an extra level. So I think on the break, Tony Weston is our option. They always have an extremely good side. You can see big names all the way through there, solid players all the way through. Excuse me. It's gonna be interesting. Also a former name of ours, Filip Benkovic on the bench. Looks like they're starting Frankie de Jong at centre back over him, which is interesting because I would want Frankie in the midfield. But we'll get into this. This is Man United away, of course. Now it is the Champions League semi-finals. We were 3,000 to 1 or something to win this competition. We're ridiculous outsiders despite last season's performance. I thought we'd sort of maybe be knocking into the 200s at least, or maybe not 200s, but certainly much lower. 200s is still probably quite high, but I would still expect us to have been maybe 20 to 30 to 1 given last season's performance. Instead we found ourselves still expected to just compete in the competition, which makes not a huge amount of sense to me. But this year we've got to the semis, which is great. Harry Maguire finding bursts of pace to keep in front of Tony Weston there, which seems bizarre. Greenwood launches forward, Laruto. They've literally scored from it as well. We play up on behind Harry Maguire, who just turns on the afterburners and is faster than Tony Weston. Now, I get that Tony Weston maybe can't get past him, but that was a legitimate race. And then Laruto's got in it a bit of space, and he's got it past Danielik. Fair enough, we can't complain with the goal itself. Just a bad start, and frustrating that, Harry Maguire, who, let's be truthful, is maybe looking a bit quicker than he used to. What's Weston? You can just go to Ranger stats, that will do that. You still expect Weston to be beating him in a race. We'll go to Man United formation again, please, because I do like to see that. But hey ho, all good. we find ourselves 1-0 down. I'd have called that a clear-cut chance, by the way. The game hasn't. It's not even counted as a half chance. So we need to re-find our sort of mojo here. And oh my days, we're 2-0 down after 15 minutes. They've had 2 shots. They've had 2 shots. It's went to one of the few players that was actually still onside there as well. Rashford made a run, and as everyone else is coming back on. Not a great start by us. Not a great start. Can we find our way back in? I mean, as I was saying though, we're not expected to have got to this stage. We've done well. Tony Weston, no, comes in and gets a big away goal for us. Get in, son. Get in. It's a great wee ball here through from Dal as well. Just right, finds that little channel. Finds that little channel. Also, if I sound deflated, I'm recording this on Friday morning, the day after the second leg against Slavia Prague. And I would love to be here sitting and saying, you know, we lost to such a really good team. And performance-wise, they probably deserve that. And I don't want to talk about the game because of certain incidents that, you know, hopefully are proven as guilty or not guilty, because I think a not proven in this situation would be terrible. But that's why I sound a bit more deflated than normal, even just coming into recording this game. Good defending from Leon King there. Bit surprised he had the legs there to stay in front of Laurito Martinez as well. Martinez actually pulled out a bit though, which is maybe why Leon King is quick, but he's not the quickest off the mark. So surprised that he done that there, but hey ho, it's worked out. That's a great ball. Tony Weston in behind. Tony Weston straight at David De Gea. Lovromer whips in, backstick. King can't get there above Milinkovic-Savic. You've got to be marking Bruno Fernandes better there, guys. Come on. Zappa. Nico steps in ahead of Florentino Luis. Nico! David Luis. That's a very different player. David De Gea equal to it again. I feel like we're starting to impose ourselves in this game a bit now. Be a bit better, the better team. Stats are matching that now. Obviously they've had 2 big chances. It's not counting as big as probably what they should have been. But hey, it's not a disaster. Let's keep this going. Richie Holster's done really well here. Kane, Richie Holster, back to Nico. Lovromer, what a bloody save. It wasn't a save. That had a deflection. I can assure you that had a deflection. Diego Almeida. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. These are decent chances we were getting as well. Decent chances. I'm going to just go, you've been unlucky so far, because I feel like we have. You know, the first 20 minutes was bad. But after that, we've been really good. As the stats show, De Gea to Young. He's found his way to Milinkovic-Savic. Maguire launches forward. Diego Almeida does get a great touch on that to take it back to Danielik. And the pole brings it out. Leon King. Dal. Kane, Richie Holster brings it into the box. I don't think that's a penalty, you know. I really don't. If it gives us that, I'm taking it, of course. But my instinct says it wasn't. We've got it. Right, come on, Lovro. Not having your best game, but you're having a decent game. Let's tuck this one in. Give us something to take to Ibrox. Yes! Get in. 2-2. As I said, don't think it was a penalty, but I'm going to take it. Give us something to take back to Ibrox. We're still got 40 minutes to play, and they've got a dangerous front three. McCrory's missed that, but he's done. Well, maybe he got that. It said he passed that there, but hey, got the ball. Nico. Kane Richie Holster's got himself a bit of space again. Back to Josh Doig. Good ball across. Love Romare. Dal! Oh my days! 3 away goals at Old Trafford is something you do not see all the time. We were 2-0 down after 15-20 minutes. It says Richie Holster's on a 6.3, by the way. I strongly disagree with that. I think he's been one of our best players. Linkovic-Savic. Maguire. Played across to Marcus Rashford. Just got to marshal him there, Josh Doig. They've scored again. What could we have done differently there? What's the opposition instruction set for Rashford on? We want to really show him on his left foot, don't we? Yeah. So make sure we're showing him on his left. I don't know if we want to tight mark him, you know. He's quick. He's quick, so I think he would have a pace advantage over Josh Doig. Which is why I'm thinking that. Other tactical wise, I don't really want to make too many changes here. Randall, you're not going to be able to cope with Rashford's pace either, really, are you? Yeah. None of our fullbacks are lightning quick, shall we say. It is an area where we can improve, but you know, in Scotland you do have to accept certain stats aren't always going to be great. Long throws, I'm told, now do not work, so we still have them on. There's been that little update since I last recorded and last played the game, to be honest. So we need to have a look-see at that. Tony Weston, that was terrible, mate. But that was nicked in. Dow, oh, what a save to here, man. Love Romare whips in. Tony Weston isn't going to win that in the air. He's not the best in the air, to be fair, Tony, is he? Dow, Nico tries to find a teammate across the pitch. I didn't see who the teammate was. Couldn't win it anyway. I feel like we should be making subs now, even if it's just for fresh legs. But I am going to bring on the extra pace of young Coombs onto that right hand side. Now, as I said, I do disagree with Richie Holster's rating, and it was going up as well, so the game was starting to disagree with it. But Love Romare on his weaker foot. He's tucked it home. Instant impact from young Coombs, by the way. He's got the assist there. What a brilliant one. It's Nico into young Coombs, and he just waits. Watch Maguire. He waits until Maguire sort of takes a step, and then just plays it into that channel inside him. And Love Romare, first time on his right foot, his weaker right foot as well, I should add. We are going to bring on Fitty Parp as well. Again, this is just a fitness thing, you know, give players a rest, and whatnot, and then we'll see how this highlight goes, and then we'll assess changing things after this. McCrory heads away. De Jong. David De Gea. Out to Harry Maguire. Now he's getting a good press on here from young Coombs, who does have the legs to catch up. Martial. Towards Martinez. Cleared away. Love Romare. Fitty Parp. Was brought in to be a clinical striker. He's hit that post. 10 minutes to go, and I am going to do something that I don't particularly normally do, and that's I'm going to bring a defensive change on. I'm bringing Rendell off for Rendon for Josh Roig rather. Just a fitness thing as well. He's tired. He's on a yellow. In fact, we'll keep passing his space on. We'll go to that. Nah. In fact, we'll go there. Slow pace down. Hold shape. Regroup. Take shorter kicks off. Standard. Standard. Do that. McCrory can come back, Nico can come back and do on deep line playmaker support, and you as a ball winning mid. I almost want you as a halfback, but I feel a halfback would be better in the centre. In fact, yeah, we could do that. Move you back up. Move you deep line playmakers defend, but not as support. You advanced playmaker support and use a halfback there. Everyone else should be fine. Do that. I prefer the halfback because it comes in between. When we're in possession, he'll come in between the two centre backs, which I like. Keep the ball. Keep it simple. Leon King, great ball over the top. If Fatih Park's onside, by the way. Oh, he's put it wide. He was on as well. He was brought in to be a clinical striker and he's missed 2 big chances. That said, we've came to Old Trafford, we've scored 4 goals. And we've put ourselves in a big, big driving seat. Unless we concede. I need face cam on. I need a face cam on. Because I went silent and I'm just celebrating. We have put ourselves in a huge, huge driving seat going into the second leg. This is unbelievable. You know, this is another huge European performance from us. Dal with the goal. They have to come to Ibrox now and score 3 times. They have to come to Ibrox and score 3 times. That is crazy. And that's without reply as well. You look at the stats, we were by far the better team. That's crazy. Wow. I'm a bit shell-shocked by this. We'll be back, pitch side. I don't even want to do the Celtic game in this episode now, but I don't want to do it as an individual either. Oh my days. I'm so confused as what to do. We will be back for the Celtic game not next episode, in 2 seconds. I feel like that should be standalone. I feel like that deserves to be standalone, but I feel like I'm sticking to my word. Said the Celtic game would be here, so it will be. So we'll see you in 2 seconds for the Celtic game, guys. So this is the title decider potentially. If it's not this game, it will go to the last game of the season, regardless of the result in between, because there's 3 games left, so we'll either be 7 points or 1 point clear at the end of this game. A draw would have us 4 points clear, which would take it to the next game. So yeah, it's a close title race. I'm resting players because how often do you get a chance to play in the Champions League final? You know, it could be another 10 years before we get another opportunity as good as what we've got just now. So I've had to kind of prioritise Man United over Celtic in this instance, which is slightly embarrassing when you look at it. But hey ho, I've tried to cherry pick resting, so we do have still a fairly strong team out there. So we've gone with Danielik, Doig, McGinty, Diego Almeida was in need of a rest, Leon King, Bradaric, Gilmore, Gutierrez, Young Coombs, Kim, Dal and Arp. So as you see, it is a lot of changes. It's not ideal for an Old Firm match, particularly how strong the Celtic team is. But I don't feel we have a huge amount of choice here when you look at the run of fixtures that we have. So I've gave them a team talk before this game, and you said you know, let's go out there, win the title. But realistically, I'd be quite happy to get out of this game with a 0-0. I'll be brutally honest with you. I mean, Trincão's came off injured quite early, so that's something. I'm going to use my words carefully because, you know, it doesn't affect the result that much. But it is one of their better players not on the park. Gilmore with the free kick whips in. It's Eric Gutierrez, the man who should never really be playing for the team. I would have never signed if I didn't have that requirement to sign high profile players, which has not been accepted by the board, that Eric Gutierrez was a high profile enough name, but he was the highest profile player we could sign. It's frustrating. But he's came and he's got his second goal of the season. What a start. What a result so far. We're looking fairly good looking at the stats here, which is good. You know, the XG is not hugely different. Obviously we've scored a header, probably had a few long shots. David Turnbull with a crunching tackle on Dalton, and the advantage could have been played there. It's a straight red, and Maddie, who was a sub himself, has came off. So that's our second sub in the first half. We've got a free kick here. Arp. It's 2-0. Fatih Arp, brought in to be a prolific goal scorer, as I said. He's not probably as well rounded as some other players in the team. But what he does do is put the ball in the back of the net normally. He missed a couple of big chances against Man United off the bench. That wasn't necessarily his biggest chance, but it was a decent one. Now they've made 2 subs in the first half, one because of the injury, and the player that they brought on for that has then been subbed off due to the red card. So they've got 10 men, 1 sub left, and what's the word I'm looking for? 2 goals down. That's actually the most important bit that I'm forgetting. So we are very much in the driving seat here as Young Coombs clashes the bar. Let's keep this going, guys. Let's keep this going. That Hibs St Mirren games looks absolutely pretty epic, to be honest. It's a decent ball in. Leon King's missed it as well. Hureta will be disappointed at that, as he's nudged that just wide. Come on, boys. I'm going to fire out some praise here. And then I'm going to sub off Dal for Tony Weston, just to give him a bit of a rest. Tony Weston has been learning that left wing position, but he is improving his finishing, so I'm actually quite content to keep him up top because he is getting better at it. We will make another change. We'll bring on a Rendell for Doig, again just resting. I'm fairly content in this game now. Now we're not getting a huge amount of highlights, and the last change we will make is, I don't really want to make one with the players that are on the park, to be honest with you, so we'll leave it as is. Come on, boys. That St Mirren game looks nuts. Come on, just get to the end now. Get to the end. Realistically, I should bring off Gilmore. But we are the champions. We're 90 minutes from a Champions League final. And in between these 2 games, we have secured the Scottish Championship once again. In what's been our closest run title race this save. Celtic are coming back at us. And credit to them, because this is a season where we're really laying down a gauntlet in Europe, which may have detriment to our league form, it may not have. But we've went out, we've beat them again. It's been a nice quick game, so I'm hoping it doesn't take too much shine off that Man United performance. Got what we wanted, very professional performance. Well done, boys, congratulations. Now, all we need to do is next episode, play Man United at Ibrox and avoid conceding 3 goals without reply. Or 4 goals with reply. Essentially. So, yeah, that's going to end this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back next episode for the very next game. Please stay tuned for that, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.